and welcome back to the program. In our previous segment, we had asked, what is the ideal Malaysia that Mahathir would like to see? In this segment, the 96-year-old shared with Marisa Anita his vision of the country. He also spoke his aspirations for ASEAN, where both Malaysia and Indonesia are among the founding members.
So what kind of Malaysia do you dream for your grandchildren then?
Well, I dream of Malaysia as a very peaceful, very stable, very well-governed country that gives its people a good life. And of course, that means also that Malaysia should grow economically and socially so that we can become a developed country.
How do you hope Malaysian democracy will change in the next few years, Tun Mahathir?
Well, it all depends upon the people. Unfortunately, today there is a lot of corruption in politics. This corruption may result in electing bad governments. If the bad governments are elected, then of course the future is very dark for Malaysia. But hopefully people will reject corruption and choose good leaders who will dedicate themselves to the good of the country. If they do that, then Malaysia stands a good chance of making good progress and catching up with other countries in the world.
Do you have a list of names, Tun Mahathir, that you think will be able to bring Malaysia to a better place?
Well, there are not many, but I normally don't single out anybody because that will mean that I'm taking sides. But for the moment, I have no idea about who should lead the country. But there are many young people now who are very active and are very well qualified, well educated, who can take over the reins of the government.
So what do you think is the top 3 quality of a leader that Malaysia needs at the moment?
The most important thing is that they must dedicate themselves to the country and not to themselves. What happens to themselves is not a matter for their consideration. They must work for the country. They must have a target for the country. They must have a policy that will help the country to develop and to grow and give the people a good life.
Okay, let's talk about ASEAN now, or Southeast Asia. You've been in politics for a while now and you're very experienced. What do you see that Southeast Asia or ASEAN still need to become powerful and influential in the international political sphere?
Yeah, the strength of ASEAN depends on the stability of the members of ASEAN. If the members of ASEAN are not stable and are weak, of course ASEAN will suffer. But we hope that ASEAN countries will be able to produce leaders who will stay in power for a considerable length of time. Because what we see now is that there are changes in the leadership of ASEAN countries, so much so that they don't establish good relations between them. It's important that the leaders of ASEAN know each other well and can work together for the good of ASEAN.
How do we maintain that relationship, speaking of the leaders of ASEAN? Especially now in the pandemic, it's so hard to visit each other. It becomes harder to talk to each other face to face, and that's where the real interaction happens, right, Tun Mahathir? So with the current challenge, what do you suggest we should do to really take care of this relationship between ASEAN countries or Southeast Asian countries?
Well, we have no choice but to accept the situation now. Today we cannot have face-to-face contact. That's not wise, it's not good for the pandemic. So, but we still have access through this Zoom arrangement, or we can actually have a discussion, a meeting of quite a number of people online, and we can debate and discuss things and even make conclusion. This is, of course, not the best thing possible, but this is the only way we can continue to remain in virtual contact with each other.
We're going for another short break, but when we return, we'll take a look at just how close Mahathir Mohamad is with our very own Indonesian President, Joko Widodo, where the two can share anything and just about everything.
Terima kasih, Pak Mahathir. Saya sudah tidak berani setir mobil. Kalau motor saya masih ini udah, karena sudah 15 tahun nggak pernah pegang setir. Iya, saya nggak berani.